Another week of building the library. All right, so the last update I gave you, the library was in a place where we were ready to begin on the trim. So I think the first thing my dad is going to do is get the lighting finished because we were so close to finishing that. So I'm going to take you through that process. And then after that, it's just working on finishing up all of the cosmetic pieces of the shelving. So let's see how this week goes. Minute of truth.
Ta-da!
Ta-da! Oh my gosh! It works! Oh my gosh! Wow! So the latest update is that I need to pick out lights because now that my dad's finished all of the trim around the lights and the light fixtures are in, we just have like lights that were left over from our ceiling lights when we moved in. So I need to pick out some like sconces. So I was doing some internet searching last night and I came upon kind of two different styles that I was in between. So the first style is this one, and I had these two options. So it's a round orb sconce that I really like, a little bit more decorative in nature. But then I also had these two as like a different type of style. And this I had seen a lot when I was looking for ideas for lighting on Pinterest. And this seems like maybe more functional because you can direct the light in certain ways. And this seems more kind of just decorative. But I'm thinking, my thought process was, I don't need the lights necessarily for illuminating the space. Like I have really good lighting in there already from the big window that's in that room. So I have really good natural lighting throughout the day in that room. And then I also will eventually have like a nice little chandelier, not a big one, but just like a little chandelier in the middle that will also help illuminate the room. So I don't need the lights for illuminating the shelves. It's more of just for the look of it. So I was like a little hesitant on this one. So I kind of was leaning towards this look. So then when I was trying to decide between these two, this one was a lot cheaper and this one was a little bit more expensive. And for some reason, I like the metal accent, like the color of the metal for this one. I think it looks a little bit more antique, vintage metal, not so modern. And I'm kind of going for that maybe a little bit more vintage feel in the library. It makes it feel like cozier. I don't know, it's something about this one gave me a little bit of a cozier vibe. So I did end up picking out this one. So I'm very curious to see how it looks in the room once I get it. I hope I don't regret my decision. And for the price, such a good deal. It's available at my local store, so I can just go grab it real quick and we can see what this looks like. So I'll keep you updated. Fingers crossed I made the right choice. We've got the light. Oh, that is so cool. Oh my gosh. I love, love, love it. So we'll get the other two up as well. And you can kind of see what the crown molding will look like. Oh boy, very excited. Okay, so I'm sitting in my car waiting for Cracker Barrel to bring out my curbside order because my whole family is coming over for an Easter lunch. And I ordered catering from Cracker Barrel, but it is taking a while because everybody had the same idea. So no one's wanting to cook. I don't blame them. So I thought I'd give you an update on 2 books that I have finished so far. The first being The Bitter Twins by Jen Williams. I really liked this. It is the sequel to The Ninth Reign, and it was really good. But I still think I liked the first one a little bit more. The second one, the part that I really did like about the second one was that you get, because of some events at the end of the first book, you get a new set of characters that you get introduced. Oh my God, my lips are so chapped. Please don't look at my lips. That are really fun. They add like a totally new dynamic to the story and to a lot of the characters. I really liked the introduction of this new set of characters that we get to follow alongside our main characters. So that was kind of like the highlight of this particular book. I'll just say that for me with this one, I just didn't feel quite like there were enough character moments to really like sink my teeth into and feel super invested in these characters. I actually thought I liked some of the character moments more from the first book, and the actual plot of this one, there were some storylines that were a little bit more intriguing than others, and it's just, I don't know, I can't like quite put my finger on why this one was just a little bit below The Ninth Reign for me. I don't think that this series will be a favorite series for me, unfortunately. Just with how the second one is going, I'm still totally gonna read the third book, and I'm still really enjoying it. Like, both of these books I gave 4 stars, but it was just, I think I went in with such high expectations that this truly like would be an all-time favorite fantasy series for me. And it's just not quite that feeling of like 5-star favorite. So I'm really enjoying it. I think the world building as well is just a little too out there at times. Like, some of the creatures and stuff, like, I have a really hard time figuring out what's going on because of some of like how abstract some of the creatures and the settings are. It's just a little, it's almost too bizarre. I really like weird world building, but this one is like some of the strangest world building I've encountered. So I think that just all those things combined, it's a little bit of a bummer. This sounds more negative than how I was actually feeling reading it, only because I just had such high expectations. So I still really enjoyed it. I still gave it 4 stars. I will definitely finish out the series, but I just have a feeling it's going to be a 4-star series and not an all-time favorite. So, oh, is this my order? No one has been out here. Am I going to get my order? I don't know. We'll see. So anyways, the second book that I finished was The Housemaid by Frida McFadden. Okay. Oh, I think we're here. I think they're here. Yay, okay, bye. Okay, latest update. So we have given up on the crown molding that goes on top because the material that it was made from, it was just way too hard to cut corners. Haha, no pun intended. So we are doing another kind of trim for the top. But in the meantime, we have this trim to finish off the sides. It looks so good. And then I realized I haven't even given an update on the 3 lights and how those look. So here they are. They are so pretty. Love them. So now we are working on using this trim. This one right here. For the very top here to cover this. Woohoo! Okay, so it is the next day. So I'm sorry I never got to finish my update for you on The Housemaid by Frida McFadden, but I can finally share my thoughts. So this is a really, really awkward one because I have read another thriller book. I don't know if I should name it because it'll completely spoil that other thriller book. If you've read this one before and you know the twist in it, then I should not say the other book's name. Anyways, I've read another thriller book and it's one of my favorite thrillers of all time. And it is the same exact twist, like the same exact one. And there are like a couple differences between the book and the setup and the aftermath of the twist. So it's not like word for word a copy, but it's very, very similar, almost to like an awkward point. Like, I don't know if it's like too similar. And so I uploaded my book haul and I saw a couple people like mention this. And it was funny because I was like, oh my gosh, I had the same exact reaction that like, this is like really similar to this other book. And I guess people are talking about this online, that the similarities are so much there that there's like some questions as to like whether or not this would count as plagiarism. And I don't know. That's like such a severe accusation. So I don't know. I mean, you never know. Frida McFadden may never have read the other book before. She may have just come up with this twist on her own. I don't know if, you know, a thriller's done a twist before. Is no one ever allowed to do something like it again? But it is really, really similar. That being said, the other thriller that this is similar to is one of my favorites of all time. So I love the twist in it. And if I hadn't read the other book before, I would have been like head over heels in love with it. It's just my experience was so much affected reading The Housemaid by me having read this other book before that I don't know if I can rate this. I don't know what I can say about it because it's just too similar. So yeah, this is like a super awkward one. I've never run into this before on my channel. I've never run into this before, like in the reading world. So I'm curious what your thoughts are. If you've read the other book I'm talking about, you probably know what I'm referring to. Anyways, very conflicted thoughts on The Housemaid. On to the library update. Everything we're doing right now is just trim work. So he's bought all the pieces of wood. He bought them this morning. He's bought all the pieces of wood. I hear the drill going. He's just drilling it in now. So we're almost there and it's really starting to come together. It's really starting to look built in and a part of the room, and it's just gorgeous. I'm so excited and I love the lights. The lights turned out so great. So I'm just so excited about it. So I'll continue to keep you updated. All right, so here is where we're at.
Is this trim? For the vlog?
It is.
Oh, I'm scared now. Everything's such a mess.
It's fine. This is good. It's candid. Middle posts. I love that. And there's...
See, they should be lined up so that it's going to look like something.
There you go.
Better.
There you go. Yeah.
It's going to look so much better in about 48 hours.
It looks pretty darn good right now, so I'm very excited. And then this strip will go along here. And then these will go at the very top and the very bottom to kind of finish off this. And if there's any sort of scuffing, we've got all the paint for touching all of that up. Wow, looking so good. So that is the latest update. It is a rainy and gloomy week here where we are. You can see my reflection, me filming myself. It's so odd. Feels very weird talking to a camera sometimes, especially when you can see yourself filming yourself. So anyways, it's a very rainy and gloomy week, which we need. It's been very, very dry here in Florida, so we need the rain. But it makes it hard to fill up the days, especially with the toddler, when you can't take her to the pool or take her to a playground or play outside in the yard. So we're outside anyway, even though it's very wet out here. And so I'm just watching her play with her toys. She's very hesitant to pick everything up because it's all soaking wet. Playing with your lawnmower? So, quick update. I did talk to my dad. He does think it's going to take the rest of the week to finish off the trim. It's a little bit more complicated than he thought. Just making the exact cuts and making it line up perfectly is just a little challenging and tedious. And tomorrow should be a big day because he's renting a nail gun from Home Depot, one of those home improvement stores, and he is going to nail in everything. So he's got everything cut perfectly today, and he's going to nail it all in tomorrow. So even though he didn't make as much progress as he would have liked today because he didn't have the nail gun, he was able to at least get everything situated for tomorrow so that tomorrow's super productive. In terms of when I'll be putting books on it, I think that will actually be next week's vlog. So this is the last vlog you will see of us actually building the library, and from here it will be organizing the library. So because I don't have too much actual footage this week probably of building the library, since it's a lot more just like tedious stuff at this point and little things here and there, what I will do instead is kind of show you my process for picking out maybe some of the decor that I'm thinking about putting into the library, because I know I want a rug in there to kind of fill the space, and it's very white right now, which I love. It's white shelves, kind of a very light gray wall, light wood floors, so everything's very white. So I need some color, and I think with a rug I can really bring out some color, and it can be a darker rug because I don't mind it being a little bit darker, cozier in there. So I'll pick out a rug, and then I know I need a new desk chair. Right now I am working from my desk in my bedroom, which will eventually go into the study, and the chair I'm sitting in, I'm like reaching up for the keyboard, so I know, yeah, the grass is green. Green. So I definitely need a new desk chair, so I'll also take you through the process of finding that. And then there's a couple of other things, like maybe a wall art or something like that, maybe a curtain, to just kind of, again, fill the room, add some color. But really the main focal point of the room will be the shelves themselves. So adding the books on the shelf will add plenty of color. So I don't need too much to fill the rest of the room. It's just a couple things here and there. So I'll take you through my process of picking all of those things out. I need to catch up on Succession tonight, so I'm not going to be doing a ton of reading tonight, but I did start The Last Word by Taylor Adams last night, and I can already tell I'm going to enjoy this one. The Last Word follows the very first chapter / prologue is a woman who reads a thriller book that's not good. She really hates it. There's like not one redeeming quality. So it's like a very small book that doesn't have any reviews online. So she leaves the first 1-star review, and she gets a reply from the author asking her to take down the review, and basically like almost borderline threatening her. And she's like, no, I'm not going to take down my review. What are you doing? Are Are you checking yourself out? So I'll keep you updated on The Last Word. I think I'm really gonna like it. So I might read a little bit more of that tonight after I finish catching up on Succession, but I've heard episode 3 of Succession just dropped, most recent season, and it's apparently amazing. So I gotta catch up. All right, so that's my latest update. Hopefully I will have some interesting footage to share with you in this week's vlog. I will go back to playing with my daughter outside. And I will talk to you all later. Here's where we're at. Working our way from top to bottom. Got the trim, the caulk. So I woke up at 5:30 this morning, and I've been waking up a little bit later recently because I've just been going to bed a little bit later. So if I go to bed, after 10, I try not to make myself wake up at 5 a.m. But if I'm able to get in bed before 10, then I'll wake up early. So I've been waking up at 5:30, and this week is just one of those weeks where I just feel like I'm not getting a whole lot of reading in, just no time. And even waking up early, I'll wake up at 5:30, and my daughter's been waking up pretty early this whole week, so I only get like 50 pages in each day, which I mean is still great, but with the chunky fantasy books that I have on my April TBR, that's just not going to do it. There's no way I'm going to get through all of them. So I am about 250 pages, almost to page 300 in Kingdom of Copper. And I'm supposed to finish it by Saturday. I don't know if that's going to happen. So I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot. The plot, where all the characters are at, the character interactions, the politicking, I'm really enjoying it so far. I don't have like very strong feelings towards it where like right now I'm like, oh my God, I'm loving it. So it's still like that 4-star feeling that the first book gave me, but I am really enjoying it, and I'm not considering like putting it down or anything like that. I definitely want to finish it. And I just really like the world. S.A. Chakraborty's writing style is just so easy to read that it's just easy to keep going. So I'm really liking it, but I gotta pick up the pace. I gotta pick up the pace. And then, I mean, The Last Word by Taylor Adams, that's my nighttime book. And even with a thriller, I'm like, you know, if I keep my thrillers for right before bed, then maybe I won't fall asleep as quickly. Because, you know, thrillers are just a little bit easier to read. And I have been so tired that I've just been falling asleep still so quickly. So The Last Word's good, but I'm only like 50 pages into it. And it's just because I'm like, I keep falling asleep. Like after 10 minutes of reading at night, I'm like asleep. So, I mean, it's a good thing. I'm glad I fall asleep so easily, but it is a bummer for my reading. So that's really like the only reading time I've had is like early morning, 5:30 to 6:37, and then late at night, but I fall asleep immediately. So I'm not getting a whole lot of reading done this week, but it's still a great week and I'm getting a lot of other stuff done. I did go perusing for some rugs and I found a company called Rifle and Paper Company. Is that what it's called? I'm gonna put it here and I'm gonna show you all their rugs because oh my goodness, they're some of the most beautiful rugs. And, you know, most of them I'm not picturing for the library, but I'm like, can I find a place to put these rugs because they're so beautiful? I mean, not really, but they're so pretty. So this was like the company that I landed on for trying to find a rug for the library room now that we're getting really close to finishing it. And I eventually found this particular rug. And this one, just the colors and the pattern and how it's that like dark color that kind of, you know, helps balance out all of the white in the room, but also just adds so many pops of color to it as well. I was obsessed, so I got it. So this was the rug that I landed on, and just honestly, it was hard narrowing it down because this company had so many gorgeous rugs, but I just loved this one so much, so much. So I'm so excited to get it. Oh my goodness. So today, my dad is coming over early. He has one more thing to do for trim. That's it. But you saw last night we did all of the other trim, all the caulking for the trim. And today is truly just like tiny things, like filling in wood gaps. It's caulking areas where the trim needs it. So maybe tonight I'll try starting an audiobook while I'm painting, because maybe that'll help me feel a little bit more productive with my reading time this week. But I'm so excited. I'm so excited, you guys. So big day today for the shelves. And yeah, I'll keep you updated. which means this vlog is going up today, which means this is my last big update. I might put this vlog up later in the day, actually, just so that you can see truly the most up-to-date picture of the library before the weekend. This weekend, my family is going on a little staycation trip here in Florida, so we won't be home most of the weekend, so I won't have much footage to share in regards to the library update, but this will be the last vlog of us actually building out the library, and next vlog you will get to see unpacking the books, putting them on the shelves. I'm so excited. As you saw in the most recent clip, I went through and spackled every one of those little holes because the Billy bookshelves, that's how they come, and it was just distracting a little bit to me. I'm never going to use the different levels, so I made sure that my books fit on every shelf, like even the tallest hardcover. I made sure they fit before I spackled anything. That would be catastrophic if they didn't fit on some of the shelves. And then I went ahead, spackled everything. My dad's coming over today. We are going to be painting, so it truly is done, basically. It's truly just like little touch-ups at this point, and I can't believe it. He did the most amazing job. I might cry. Okay, I actually did cry. I'm gonna blame that on pregnancy hormones. But I'm just so grateful for him. I'm so grateful for the 3 hard weeks of work he's put in, the hours he's put in to make my dream come true. Okay, I have to stop talking about it or I'll never get this clip filmed. So I'll probably take you around for a couple more hours, get this edited, get this uploaded so that you can see what it looks like before the books go on it. Thank you all so much for following this journey. It's been so much fun getting to document it. I'm so glad I'll have this to watch back on, all the progress, all the hard work. In terms of reading, let's get to that. I did pick up the pace with Kingdom of Copper. I am almost done. I only have 100 pages left, and stuff is about to go down. Oh my goodness, it is getting pretty exciting. Really liking it, because I feel like most of the pace of the book has been kind of slow, lots of character interactions, lots of characters just not getting along, arguing. So it's fun to see some action start to enter the story, and I'm very excited to see how this ends. And then I did start an audiobook. I started The Perfect Wife by J.P. Delaney. This is actually a little bit more of a sci-fi thriller than I was expecting. I haven't got to the thriller part yet, but it's about a man who his wife passes away and he brings her back as an AI like robot, and it's this kind of near future where this company has kind of almost perfected like AI technology and AI robots. So I'm curious to see where this one goes because I really have no idea. But I read one other book by J.P. Delaney and I really liked it, so excited to see where that goes. I'm only about like 2 hours into the audiobook, so not very far yet. And yeah, that is the latest update I have for you. So I'll see if there's anything else I can share with you today before this video goes up. But thank you again for being here, for the support, and for watching this journey with me. It's been really, really fun. We're starting to paint! Yay!
done! It's finished.
Yay! Okay, it's done. Tune in next week